What is going on, Daily Crew? Drew here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the WUBEN G5. This is a brand new flashlight from WUBEN, and as of the video's posting, this is now available on Amazon. So this is going to be a quick unboxing overview of the G5 Easy Carry Light. Apparently it's not a flashlight. Stay tuned, we'll figure out why that is. As far as packaging goes, pretty small packaging, just a cardboard box with a sleeve on it. They do include a hang tag for store use if you want to purchase these in bulk and become a WUBEN dealer, I assume. So it says this is not a flashlight, this is the WUBEN ECL. What does ECL stand for? Easy Carry Light. So this is the packaging. Your max lumen, it looks like, is going to be 400. And then it drops all the way down to 2 lumens over the course of 65 hours. It's a pretty long max run time. Again, produced by WUBEN, and then they do have a British rep and a European rep. There's all your info right there. You can pause that. Looks like max distance is 82 meters and max candela is 1681. But there's all your specs. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Just want to do a quick unboxing to start with. So you got your sleeve there. Thank you for using WUBEN up there at the top. And then it kind of just folds out like so. This is the light itself. And then underneath the plastic here, we have got our charging cable and instruction manual. And maybe get a lanyard as well. So, and a split ring, which I've dropped already. So here are the package contents. Good Lord, this light is small. That is pretty slick. So we are going to dive in. I do know already that it has a rotatable? Yeah, we'll say that's a word. Head for it. So I'm excited to dive in and check this light out. Let's take a look. So now that I've read through the manual briefly, I feel like I've got a pretty firm, good understanding of the general uses of the G5. So we're going to walk through them right quick. You have 3 modes on this little side slide switch, if you will. So you have lockout mode, which does not let you turn the light on or off or do anything with the light. And then you have flashlight mode, which is the standard mode, and then you have your charging mode. That basically just releases the access to the USB-C charging port, which they have so graciously included a cable with that, so you can stick your USB charging cable in there and get her all charged up. So we'll go ahead and take that out and slide that back down. And the cover does cover the USB-C charging port, even though the mode is in the light mode. So you don't have to be in lockout mode, obviously, for the port to be covered. So that is something to note there. As far as the pocket clip, you have 3 positions available. You pull out and then you would clip it to your pants or your shirt or whatever you want to do there. And then you can also pull out and rotate. So you can have it on either side of the flashlight just by pulling that out that way and doing it like that. Or if you just want to throw it in a pocket, throw it on your keys, there's your lanyard hole and it goes through right there. So a pretty small lanyard hole, but it is an option. It does have a magnet on the back, so that is pretty sweet. So if you wanted to throw this on the hood of a car and rotate the head down or angle it however you see fit, or if you wanted to throw it on the side of something that is magnetic and then rotate the head down, hands-free work. That is pretty sweet as well. Just be mindful that that is a magnet, so if you have anything that you do not want a magnet touching, just like with any Olight or other brand lights that offer magnetic charging or a magnet on the side of the flashlight, just know where that is and what's around it. So we will make sure that we are in light mode, and we'll go ahead and cut the flashlight on by way of the power switch. And we are in white light mode. So you have your switch or your rotary dial here which will allow you to go up and down in brightness. And it says clockwise and counterclockwise. It really just depends on how you're holding the light, I guess. But basically this way is brighter. And then when you get to the brightest setting, it will blink once, like so. And then pushing it towards the head of the light dims it. So rotate forward, and then you also get that blink when it is at the lowest setting. Now say I wanted to go full turbo mode and the brightest setting possible, we're going to double tap here, which gets you into that turbo mode, and then just double tap again, and that gets it back into the regular flashlight mode. Now for the white light, it does have memory mode, so if I want to go all the way up until it blinks and then cut the light off, cut it back on, it will retain that memory. So if I want to go back down, go to the lowest setting, cut the light off, cut it back on, it remembers wherever you have the light at. And it is anywhere from, I think the lowest setting right here is 2 lumens. That seems a little brighter than 2 lumens to me, but it's daylight, and yeah. But yeah, so that's it for the white light. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. And I like that you have the ramping versus having to click a bunch of times to get through the modes or hold the button down to cycle through. You can literally just set it and forget it. The light head itself obviously does move, so you've got that going for you there, and it is a complete 180-degree swivel here, and it locks in the side, forward facing, and side as well position, so you have an audible click. To switch between the white light mode and the RGB mode, we are going to hold down. Now we are in the RGB mode, so it does have 2 separate bulbs, and we'll cut that off for you so you can see that. 2 separate bulbs. RGB is on this side, white light is on the outer side, and that also has memory mode. So if you are on the RGB light and you want to switch back to white light, you are going to have to hold that back down. So if I turn the light off, it's going to remember that color as well. So if I want to say green light, cut it off, cut it back on, it's going to come back on green. So these are independent of each other, and whatever mode you last used the light in, it is going to remember that. So if you need green light for whatever you need green light for, make sure, if you are using this as a standard flashlight in general, to hold that button down and switch back. Just quick note there. We are going to go through all of the modes of the RGB right after this. As of the posting of this video, we are right at a week into the Voyage bladeworks Outland Kickstarter. So this is our knife brand here at Daily Knife / Crispy Donut Community. We have switched all knives over to Voyage bladeworks, and our first knife is the Outland. So this is a D2 steel satin finish with aluminum scales, and you can either use a flathead or Allen key to get the handle screws out. And you also have a hidden lanyard hole, and it is made in the USA. I don't know if you can see that small of a font. And you have your D2 stamp back here on the back. I've put my own lanyard on here, but it will come with a titanium bead and lanyard with the Kickstarter. And I would assume I'm recording this before April 8th because I have to get the video up on April 8th. But I would assume that the first 20 backers have already been filled. But you can get this knife for $10 off retail. Retail is $95 plus shipping, and on the Kickstarter they are $85. It does include a Kydex sheath. It does not include the Ulti-Clip. Unfortunately, you do have to purchase those separately, but it does include a Techlux style belt adapter, belt clip. So you get the knife, the sheath, the not Ulti-Clip but Techlux style, and a titanium bead with a lanyard, all for $85. That is a no-brainer in my eyes for an American-made fixed blade. So if you have not done so already, please, please, please head over to Kickstarter. We'll leave a link in the description box as well as one of the comments pinned below for the Outland. Thanks, and we'll be back to the review. So we left off starting out with the RGB section of the flashlight. So your dial here will cycle through all of the different colors, and you have quite a few. You have orange, yellow, green, cayenne is what they're calling it, blue, and purple. So you have different options, and you can kind of fine tune it a little bit. So from here, if you double tap, it will go into beacon mode. So in beacon mode, it just kind of does an SOS style beacon, and the dial does not do anything once you're in that beacon mode. So you cannot change the colors there. So you have to pick your color first and then go into beacon mode. So we'll double tap and get out of that. And that's as bright as you're gonna get. So whatever color you want, it is more for low light, whichever color preference you have. I personally prefer, if I can get to it, that cayenne or aqua color. So we'll turn this off, and it does have one last mode. So with the light in RGB mode, with the light off, if you double tap, you go into your flashing mode. And from here, you can cycle through 3 options. First, and my favorite, being in law enforcement, is the red and blues. Another option is red and green, for all you Christmas lovers. And then the third and final one is red and yellow, more for caution, I assume. But you just double tap to cycle through those, and then you can cut the light back off. So that is all of the modes here. We will actually switch back to white light and cut the light off. If you double tap, even if you are in white light mode, it will go back to the flashing RGB as one last note. We will do some quick size comparisons just to kind of show you, give you a reference as far as size goes. The actual specs from the box, with the battery, it is 1.84 ounces, and your length, width, and height is 1.47 inches by 0.59 inches by 2.44 inches. So your longest port there is 2.44 by 1.47, and then it has a 0.59 inch thickness. It is IP68 water resistant, so that rating is 2 meters underwater for 1 hour. It does have a 1 meter drop test with it, and I think I mentioned this already. Your max beam distance is 82 meters, and your candela at that 400 lumen is 1681. I will bring up the run times and everything for you, so you can pause there and look at those one more time, and we'll throw some stuff on the table to give you a feel of the size. So I'm going to be honest here, I like this part of the video the most because I basically just get to throw a bunch of whole random cool EDC gear on the table for you. We're going to start with the Rivery box cutter OTF, manual OTF. I believe this is the 0. Yes, the 0. So there it is next to the 0, pretty close in size there. Doesn't take up a whole lot of room in the pocket. So there's that. What else do I have on the table? I have a Countycom 4-inch Halligan, titanium Halligan. So there's that. I'm literally just taking random stuff off my table and throwing it up here. This is the Ocaso Knives exclusive mini pin from Big Eye Design. So there is a size comparison there. We also have a NAFS Lander 4. Throw that beside there. We have a Vostede Mini RS Chaos, I believe is the name. And then we'll throw this in here for good measure. This is my wife's Tack Knives OTF, Mini OTF. So there's just a handful of things on the table. Until next time, if y'all have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button if you liked this video and want to see more content like this. We do monthly live streams and giveaways, and we have a good time on the channel. If you are subscribed and want to get into some donut themed patches and EDC gear like this, we welcome you to become a channel member of the Daily Knife channel as well. I'm about out of words. I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to head on out, but y'all have an awesome week, an awesome month, an awesome year, and stay crispy.